Today is September 29th, 2023, right? This is my second time making this video. I deleted it originally only because I felt like I was being too emotional, right? And the title of the damn video is Don't Be Afraid to Be Vulnerable, right? So I'm allowed to be emotional, right? And a lot of men, they don't want to express their feelings. They don't want to show their emotions, right? Because they're scared that people are going to think that they're too soft, too weak, right? Too emotional. But fuck it. Fuck it. You know, we got to rise above, we have to rise above what the society wants us men to behave, right? How they expect us to behave. And a lot of people have this, they have a huge ego, right? Forget that ego stuff. Because a lot of men, this is the end of September, the very end of September, right? And a lot of men worldwide are struggling with expressing their feelings, expressing their emotions. A lot of men are committing suicide because they don't know they don't have any outlets, right? They feel like they can't be 100% themselves with people, right? Now, I'm making this video because it's easier for me to express my emotions, my feelings on camera than it is for me to talk to somebody in person about this. But I realized I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos lately, and there's a lot of people struggling with depression. There's a lot of people that have mental health issues. There's a lot of people that have suicidal ideations, right? This is common. And I've been watching a whole bunch of YouTube videos lately about mental illness, and a lot of people are struggling, right? So I figured let me put my 2 cents in, and who knows, maybe one day, 5 years from now, somebody could be watching this video. They could be feeling the same way, right? And I might be able to give them some type of hope and help them to realize that, hey, listen, you're not alone. You know, if you're struggling with depression, suicidal thoughts, anxiety, bipolar, borderline personality disorder, whatever, right? You are not alone. You are not alone, because there's a lot of people on this planet that have mental illness. There's a lot of people on this planet that don't want to be here. They wake up and they wish they never did, right? So, don't be afraid to be vulnerable. Don't be. Now, when I first started making YouTube videos, right, I was super, super insecure. And I still am, right? As you guys notice, I got gaps in my teeth, right? So I said to myself, oh, if I start making videos, people are going to be making fun of me. People are going to be talking about my teeth, right? So I said, let me not make any videos. Let me just, keep to myself, right? But I also realized I have a lot that's always on my mind, right? I like to vent. I'm an overthinker, right? I'm an oversharer, right? So, and I feel like what's the problem with expressing my thoughts and my feelings? And if people want to make fun of me, people want to be superficial for whatever reason, that's on them. That's not on me, right? It is what it is. But I want to be my true, authentic self, right? I want people to see my imperfections, because there's a lot of people out there that are missing limbs, missing eyes, you know, they got no teeth, right? And they still have a voice. They're still human beings. Just because they're slightly more imperfect physically than other people, that doesn't make them any less of a human being than the next person, right? So, luckily for me, when I started posting videos several months ago, not one comment, no one talked about the gaps in my teeth, right? And I realized that obviously people may think it, they may see it, they see it, they may think it to themselves, but they don't express it. So for everybody who's been watching my videos the last several months, thank you for not, stating the obvious. I appreciate that. Thank you. And I realized, I said to myself, you know what? That was me overthinking things. Because not one person, even if they were thinking it, no one said anything about it out loud, right? So that was me overthinking things and projecting my insecurities onto the world, right? Because I automatically assumed that people would be making fun of me, people wouldn't be watching my videos, people would be clowning me based off something superficial, right? So anywho, Like I said, I'm gonna always be my true, authentic self. And by the way, guys, I made some videos in the past where I feel like I was being too emotional, too vulnerable, right? And I deleted those videos. So I promise you, going forward, I will not delete any more videos. However I feel, I want to express that to the world, right? Because a lot of people are struggling. And I said to myself, if one person could watch my video and know that they are not alone, right? And if I can help that one person to keep going, then I am good. I'm good. Because I was able to watch other people's videos on YouTube, right? And I was like, oh shit, other people think the same way? I didn't know other people hated themselves or they had suicidal ideations. I thought it was just me, right? Like you wouldn't know that unless other people put it out there, right? So I'm putting it out there. I'm putting my story out there. And as some of you guys may know, I suffer with borderline personality disorder. I suffer with anxiety. I suffer with depression, right? And I suffer with something else as well. I did some research just yesterday, actually. And I never even heard of this word prior yesterday. But the term is called passive suicidal ideations, right? Passive suicidal ideation. Hold on. Let me close this. Hold on. Sorry about that. We're doing some construction out there. But so yeah, the term is passive suicidal ideation, right? So that's when you're not suicidal, but you also don't care if you die, right? Like you're kind of looking forward to death, but you're not suicidal. You're not gonna do anything about it. You're not gonna, you're not gonna commit suicide, right? But you are, like, you're ready to pass away. You're ready for that time to come, right? So unfortunately, I realized that I've been feeling that way for quite some while. Like I wouldn't care if I'm walking in the middle of the street and if a truck came my way, or if I got hit by a stray bullet, or if I, just pass away in any way, right? But I'm like I said, I wouldn't go about doing it. I wouldn't take my life. But if something were to happen, then so be it, right? And I've been feeling that way for quite some while, for quite a long while, actually. And I realized, so one thing about me, I'm a realist, right? I'm not a pessimist. I'm not an optimist. I see things for what it truly is, right? And a lot of people, I notice, people, they tend to, they fill their heads with seldom hopes, right? With these false hopes. I'm not one of those people, right? Now, I want my life to get better, right? I want to find a soulmate, right? That's not always the reality. The things that you want in life, you don't always get, right? And I had to learn the hard way. Life has taught me the hard way. Because I always thought, when I was younger, I always thought that, oh, if you're good to people, if you love people, then people will love you, and people will be good to you back in return, right? And life taught me, hell no. Life does not work. It does not work like that at all. I've been good. I've been loyal. I've been faithful. I've been supportive. I've been a good friend, the whole nine, to plenty of people in my life. And one way or another, they found a way to abuse it, right? They found a way to abuse my kindness as a weakness. See, I went in thinking that, oh, I'm going to love this person. I'm going to, be there for this person. I'm going to be supportive. And that person is like, instead of being appreciative, like, oh, he's a nice guy. Let me see how much I could take from him, right? And I just couldn't comprehend that, right? So now that I'm older and wiser, I see things for what it is, right? And this world is it's a scary, dark place. It's a scary place. I see a lot of bad things happen to good people. A lot of good things happen to wicked people. I just can't put my mind on it, right? And it's depressing, it's depressing. But there is a lot of beauty in this world too. I met a lot of really good-hearted people with good heart, good souls, right? Good intentions. But the bad, it's really bad in this world. It's really bad. And because of that, I feel like I've been exposed to so much wickedness, so much badness. It's kind of made me numb, It's kind of made me numb in the sense that I really, like I said to you guys earlier, I really don't care if I die. But I'm not, like I said, I wouldn't do anything. I'm not suicidal. I'm not suicidal. But I also know that this life is not for me. It's not, and like I feel like I wasn't meant to be born. I wasn't meant to be here. I have never fitted in with any group. You know, I was born and raised in a Jehovah's Witness religion. That's a lot of you guys may know, and I wasn't destined to be a Jehovah's Witness. That's why I left, right? I wasn't destined to be a witness, but I realized I've never, everywhere I went, schools, work, religion, I've never fit in anywhere, right? And that is depressing as hell. And not just that, that's bad enough, but I've, as of this year, 2023, I came to realize that my own family, especially my parents, they don't love me, right? Well, my father, some of you guys may know, he never really loved me, super abusive growing up. I already knew from day one he never loved me. But my mom, as of this year, just a few months ago, I realized that my mom doesn't love me. You know, she loves her fucking Jehovah's Witness religion. That's her priority, right? But when you realize that your whole family, the two people that brought you on this planet, the two people that brought you in this world, when they don't love you, that can fuck up your whole world. And yes, I have friends that love me, right? I have friends in other countries that love me, and I'm grateful for that. I am. But when your own blood, when the two people that brought you on this planet, when your brain realizes that they don't love you, that will fuck up your entire life. Because in the back of your mind, you keep saying to yourself, if your own two parents don't love you, then who else can love you? If the two people that brought you on this planet, right, they should love you unconditionally. If they can't love you, the two people that brought you on this planet, who else is gonna love you? Who else? So now I'm traumatized for the rest of my life. When people tell me they love me, right? And I know they do. I have friends, like I said, I have real friends that do love me. But even when they tell me that they love me, the back of my mind, it's a mind fuck. I keep saying to myself, oh, when are they gonna leave me? When are they gonna leave me? My family, my parents don't love me. My parents neglected me. They don't love me. So when are these people gonna live? When are these friends gonna leave me, right? Like I find it hard to believe that anyone can truly love me unconditionally, right? And because of that, I have pushed people away in my past. I have been toxic to people in my past, right? Because the majority of my life, I felt like I was unlovable, especially by my family, right? But like I said, I'm thankful that I have friends. When you can go overseas, right? When you can go to other countries and you have friends that let you stay with them for free, you have friends that drive hours out of the way to see you. You have friends that want to take you out, want to spend time with you, friends that love you for who you are. When I go overseas, and I know I have love. I know I have friends that love me way more than my family, right? And that's fucked up. That's fucked up. But I am thankful for that, right? Yeah, like I said, I'm being vulnerable in this video. It's not easy for me to express my emotions, my feelings, right? But I'm sure there's other people out there that felt unlovable for the majority of their life. I'm sure there's other people out there that was unloved by their parents, right? I'm sure there's other people that suffer with depression, suicidal ideations, people that feel like they don't belong, right? Like, this is me. This is me. Everything I just told you, this is exactly how I feel, right? And there are thousands of other people, if not millions. I'm sure there's millions, because there's billions of people on this planet. So I'm sure there's millions of people all over the world that feel like they don't belong, that they're unlovable, right? And I just want to remind you guys that if I can make it 36 years on this planet, right? For the majority of my life, I've been an outcast. For the majority of my life, my biological father has never loved me, right? For the majority of my life, everywhere I went, work, religion, pretty much everywhere I went, right? I never felt like I fitted in. I've always been a weirdo and an enigma. I've always been peculiar, right? But with that being said, I've always found people that love me. Whether if it's like one or two people, a few people here and there, I always found genuine people that love me. Now, I'm not one of these people that can walk in a room of 100 people, right? And then 100 people, everybody loves me. I get along with everybody. I'm not one of those guys. I'm not one of those guys. Some people could do that. They could go anywhere and they're loved by everyone, right? I'm the exact opposite. I go places, the majority people are not my cup of tea. I'm sorry, I'm not their cup of tea, right? And then there might be like 1, 2, maybe 3 people that I like have a genuine connection with, and we vibe. Like, we know that's my person, that's my people, right? And vice versa. But yeah, I just want to remind people: don't be afraid to show your emotions. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable. If you're depressed, be depressed. If you need to cry, fucking cry. Fucking cry. Let your emotions show. If you got to talk to somebody, right? This is still September, so, and we still in the awareness of suicide, right? We're bringing awareness to those who have suicidal thoughts, ideations, right? I want to remind people: you are loved, you are cherished. Life is hard. Life is a bitch, right? I don't want to be here. Most of the days, I don't want to be here. I don't want to exist anymore. Like I said, I'm not suicidal, but I'm also done with life. Life is hard. Life is fucked up, right? Life is a bitch, like I said. But with that being said, I'm gonna ride the wheels till the bitch falls off, right? I'm gonna ride the wheels to the end, to the very end. To the day that I die, I'm gonna give 100%. I'm gonna always be my true, authentic self, right? I'm gonna always strive to be positive. I'm gonna always try to meet new friends, right? Keep in mind, there are millions and millions of other people out there that are depressed, suicidal, feel like they don't belong, right? Feel like an outcast, hence the tattoo, right? But there's plenty of people out there that are scared to express their feelings, right? So this is me being my true, authentic self. I'm being vulnerable right now, right? Now, I'm hoping that 5 years from now, this video can help somebody to see that you're not alone. You're not alone. You feel a certain way, you feel depressed, suicidal, you're not alone. That's why I'm making this video. So I want to remind you that there are other people out there that feel exactly the way that you do, all right? But you got to rise above, you got to rise above it all. You got to transcend. You got to transcend against the madness, right? Life is hell. Life is unfair, it's unjust, right? But guess what? There's also a lot of beauty in this world. There's a lot of positive people. There is a lot of loving, down-to-earth, good-hearted, genuine people out there, right? So strive to meet those people. Keep doing you. Keep doing you. Stay busy. Stay productive. Indulge in your hobbies, right? But for all the guys watching this, for all you men, please, and sorry, this video goes to both men and women, right? But more so men, only because I realize men are more inclined to commit suicide. And that's because they harbor their emotions. They're scared to tell people how they feel. Now, just by making this video, I feel better. I feel better right now, right? I'm trying my best to keep my emotions, not to break down and cry, right? But I'm being my true authentic self, and I feel good right now making this video, because I know that there's a lot of people out there that feel exactly the same way. So, guys, do not be afraid to be vulnerable. Trust me, it's a good feeling. When you finally let it out, you let your emotions out, you tell somebody, you vent, you feel better, and trust me, you feel better. All right. I hope this video is helpful to at least one person, and I'll see you guys on the next video.